Hi, I'm Ken Lockie, and in this episode, we talk to Piss Sipper, Level 6 Goblin Wizard. Here's our interview. Welcome to our show, Inside Local Music.
Yeah.
And what is Piss Sipper?
Like just base level or like metaphorically?
However you want to put it.
I guess Piss Sipper is a level 6 Goblin Wizard. Recently gotten there from level 5. So I studied magic obviously, and now I'm sort of pursuing the path of dark wizardry. So that's what Piss Sipper is about. Is trying to summon some demons. Bring some chaos back to the darkness of the world. Sort of bring those things back, make evil cool again.
So level 5, level 6, where are these levels?
Oh well, like as you sort of like are on your adventure, you like generally engage in combat and other things, and then as you sort of like in my case, I'm sort of been hunting like paladins and other like lawful good characters, and I kind of have to like sneak up behind them and get them real good. But then you level up eventually, and then you get new abilities and things get better. But it's Dungeons and Dragons reference. It's very much what the characters based in.
So what would you say Piss Sipper's about?
What is Piss Sipper about? That's a good question. Piss Sipper is about chaos and rage and anti-authoritarianism and generally, being an agent of chaos and I don't know.
So in the performance, you mentioned some invisibility serum. What can you tell me about the invisibility serum?
Oh, well, like invisibility potions, I think they last like a certain number of rounds based on like what you roll. But in that case, I just had been adventuring late with the Goblin boys the night before, and we were all out getting pissed drunk on some potions, and one of them happened to be an invisibility one, and so the invisibility serum just like really potion just got me good, and so I showed up to the thing, and I had completely forgotten by the time I got there that was happening. So it was just one of those things. It's sort of circumstantial. You gotta live life in the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
the performance there was good. Enjoyed it.
I don't remember a moment of it.
We got it on videotape, and you're gonna see it pretty soon.
All right, cool. Could you see me in the thing?
Yes.
I knew it was a shit potion when I drank it. It tasted like garbage. Yeah. Anyway, well, that's what happens when you drink shitty potions. They tend to not work very well. Once you get to level 10, the potions get much better.
Well, so how do you compose your music?
I guess I start with like a small magical tablet device of some kind, some sort of small ritualistic object. And then I pour a lot of like hatred and anger and blood and tears and obviously piss into these devices, and the outpouring of that evil sort of coagulates into these sort of like disparate, dissonant sounds, with the ultimate goal of summoning the Dark Lord Valgavoth. Is sort of one of my main patrons, and I'm hoping that he will come back and smite those who do not worship him, and bring forth sort of the next stage of darkness unto sort of this blighted world. Or just like sort of like the end of all the. If he just ate the rich people, that would also be fine. I think that would be okay. After that, I really don't have much of a plan. But it's this particular object is called an OP1, and I mostly we call it. I think music is sort of the vehicle for which I do my summoning, and the important thing is that I don't actually I'm not particularly skilled at the music of the things, so I mostly put the feelings and the blood and the piss into it, and then what comes out is mostly based on.
So if it feels right, you go with it.
Yeah. Actually, if it feels wrong, I go with it. If it feels like, there's times where it's like there's things that are like, oh, like music, good music, like the drums fit a particular pattern in some of these things, and a lot of times I sort of like it just has to sort of barely meet the bare minimum, and then that's fine because quantity over quality is kind of where I'm going for here.
How do you decide the lyric?
Well, generally, I like to want to have as little effort as possible to put into it. So I want like 2 lines, maybe 3 or 4 lines at most, and then I want to repeat them over and over and over again, so that they get stuck in people's head, and then sort of like it's like a psychological attack on my enemies, like mind control. I think I'm like, once I forget what level spells I need to really get into the mind control stuff, like power word level things. But for now, it's more just about like the not so subliminal programming of repeating a thing over and over. And like then it's just like lower effort. I really don't have to like try that hard. And then I want it to be disgusting generally if I can, and inflammatory, aggressive. These are things that I try and think of. I want to talk about things like, I don't know, like excrement and like erections and blood and death and violence. Those are things that bring me a lot of joy as a goblin. So. Are
your songs politically motivated?
Are my songs politically motivated? Yeah, they are politically. I mean, I would say songs about decapitating rich people and, presidents being scumbags and generally the authority. I would say if you didn't find them to be politically motivated, you're an idiot, or you're intentionally missing the point. But I think even then you'd be hard pressed. Like I think that there's times where people can take ambiguity and then like interpret it in their own stupid ways. I think like there's like some really good media pieces. There's this movie American Psycho, I think, that like people sometimes take like a character who's clearly meant to not be cool and they think that they're cool. And I prefer to remove any ambiguity about whether or not I think a certain thing is cool. So like, I don't know, I want to make sure that like fascists and like fucking dweebs who think that like authoritarianism is neat, wouldn't look at me and be like, that guy agrees with me. Mm-hmm. So it's easiest, I think, to keep the messages nice and simple and to the point.
We went to BCTV studios to film Piss Sipper's performance. Here's the first part.
Hello, everyone. My name is Piss Sipper. I'm a level 6. I'm a level 6 Goblin Wizard. Sorry I'm late. I was robbing potion shops last night, and I think I drank too much invisibility potion. So anyway, I'm gonna sing you some songs about my life. No, they're not about my life. They're about stuff I like doing. This song is called 9/11.
Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror.
This cool thing.
The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger.
I'm so fucking tired right now. I'm so tired. The war machine marches on, and I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Bush gets hard on 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Bush gets hard on 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Bush gets hard on 9/11,
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up. Fuck them blue boys. Take away their toys. 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 Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up. Crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, crispy cop cars, light 'em up. Fuck them blue boys. Take away their toys. Fuck them blue boys. The destruction of capital is one way to fight capitalism because it is so reliant on its resources. Without state property, the state can no longer control the violence.
What instruments or tools do you use for composing music?
Well, this particular project, normally I use sort of a wide range of digital synths and things like that. This particular project was entirely written, or I've been focusing entirely on this one device, the OP1, because it's very limited to a degree in what it can do, but you can write complete songs on it, and it just sort of keeps things simple. So it's got effectively a virtual 4-track cassette built into it, and up until recently, like, had no undo feature, and so there's a lot of, like, you do a thing and then it's done, and you just kind of have to live with whatever the results are.
Is that the handheld thing that you
Oh
use?
no, that's called the Soma pipe, and that's the other thing that I use in this particular project a lot, and that is that just makes a lot of cool noises, and it's a very low effort instrument. I can just make it sound cool just by kind of like doing whatever sort of weird things I want into it. And it works really well for sort of getting into the spirit of summoning dark gods and things, because you're sort of a pipe sort of as a tool for summoning evil seems pretty on point.
And the OP1, is that the thing with all the pads on there?
No, the thing with all the pads is Ableton Live, and that is just for sort of moving through the set. I use that for as I'm performing
sequences.
the recording, for playing the sequences. How I'm actually recording it is on a much smaller device that's only about yay big.
What upcoming events can people see you at?
I don't have any gigs currently booked. They'll probably be at a Punctual Punks in Brattleboro in either June or July. And other than that, I've been collaborating with another local artist by the name of Halen. I'll probably be performing with them again sometime in the near future. I've also been performing with another sort of like noise artist and dear friend who goes by the name Libyan Hit Squad. So I don't know when the exact dates will be, but there will probably be some shows with the two of them.
So you're going to be doing combination shows with Halen and Piss Sip, or are you going to?
Yeah, me and Halen are probably going to do some more like direct collaboration to have our sets overlap. I mean, obviously I'll do some solo stuff as well, but I think the two of us have similar ideologies and goals in our music and our messaging, and so I think we're trying to collaborate on having sort of some more duo stuff together. And it's just, I think personally, I prefer to make music with other people. I think that one of the best parts of music as an art form is the shared creation aspect, the collaboration. So I make music on my own as Piss Sipper, but ultimately it's more fun when you're doing it with people.
Yeah. So how can people reach you? Do you have like a music site or Bandcamp or something like that?
I'll probably have a Bandcamp at some point. There is an Instagram. There's a human that posts about some of my content that has an Instagram that I can share, that can go up or on the screen or however you want to do it. But mostly right now, if people would like my music, they can just ask me for it, and I can send them a Google Drive link, and they can download the tracks as they are. I don't really have any intention of putting this on streaming platforms. Maybe it will go on Bandcamp. I think if it goes on any of them, it will go on Bandcamp. I mean, I'm like fuck streaming, fuck all those fucking assholes. I don't give a shit about them paying me like 3 cents for whatever, some level of like whatever. I'm not getting famous doing this. I have no intention of getting famous doing
3
this.
3 cents is quite a few streams.
Yeah, they can like suck my dick. I don't care enough about my music being in the world or people being able to access it in this way. Like if people come to shows and they see me and they like my music and they would like to have copies of it, they can just download it for free. I will give it to them. And then if they would like to book me for more shows or whatever, if they want to, if they want to record the set on their phone and listen to it that way, more power to them. I think that capitalism, has done art no favors in terms of what its goal and creation is. And I think that artists who focus on, well, I should stop there. I think people get to make art for whatever reasons they want, but I think that when art is being created for the sole purpose of generating capital, then it can go fuck itself. And I have no interest in it. But also, people gotta eat, so like artists need to be able to, people gotta do what they gotta do. So no shade on people who make art as a means of keeping themselves alive, but
anything else you'd like to say is this?
I'm extremely angry about the state of things. I think that there is common like regression in as sometimes like where people like think that like, oh, the world has gotten worse and blah blah blah, and like, but I don't think that mine is based on some nostalgia for old times. I think that the old times were bad and we're setting things up to this, but I think that the inequality that exists now is infuriating, and the rise of overt fascism is infuriating, and I hear sort of this like neoliberal sentiment of like, this was a great country and we just like, it's like a shame the way things are now, and like I don't believe any of that. I think that this was the goal the whole time. This country has always been built on colonialism, on death, on the blood of innocent people, and I think that comfort has led people to complacency, and complacency has led us to a time where we think that we can just talk or vote our way out of like literal massed troops, just like taking children off the streets and throwing them into cells without any repercussions, and we can just like, where like every president ever has engaged in horrible acts of genocide, and we can like look nostalgically back on like how their economic policies shape things, and I think that all of it serves the ruling class, and there is a person under this mask who has a more nuanced thoughts on insurrection and revolution and what it means to destroy and what it means to create something in its place. But this person, Piss Sipper, is just angry and is sick of complacency, is sick of people watching as these things happen because of the stuff and the comforts that they want to have in this world. I think now is a time to be uncomfortable with and make sacrifices in our lives so that we can protect the most vulnerable. And I think that there's a lot of things that could be done to people in power besides just voting them out, that I think that people should be scared to be Nazis again.
Here's a few more songs from Piss Sipper's performance in BCTV studios.
We must find ways to reclaim. We must find ways. This song's about the Epstein files. And about billionaires. You're worried they're cannibals while they carbon bomb kids. Why? Why so surprised? You're mad they got fruits while they're arming their troops. Why? Why so surprised? You're mad that they're pedos while they're arming the nukes. Why? Why so surprised? Of course they are rapists, of course they are pedos. Fuck their redemption, fuck their philanthropy. They know what they're doing, they know what they're doing, they know what they're doing, and why? Why? Why so surprised? Man, I'm so invisible right now. I can like see through my hands, and but I just, no matter how invisible or hungover I am, I'm still horny. I'm always horny. It's part of being a goblin. This song is about being horny. I'm gonna do the dance. You can do the dance too at home. Goes like this. Or you can just like dance however you want. Like pelvic thrust, whatever you wanna do. Yeah, goes like this. You look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava, a balaclava. You look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava, a balaclava. You look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava, a balaclava. You look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava, a balaclava. Yeah, you're looking so fine right now. And I'd love to do terrible things to your filthy body, like physical, sexual things or whatever. But maybe first we could like blow up a prison. You know, once we emancipate all the slaves, maybe we look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava. I think you look hotter in a balaclava, a balaclava, a balaclava. You look hotter in a balaclava, balaclava, balaclava. Hate to see you go. Love to watch us run away. Hate to see you go. Love to watch us run away from the blast zone. From the blast zone. Anyway. One more song for y'all.
They got you by the. They got you by the. They got you by the.